What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the last couple of videos you guys saw us bag my 1997 Toyota Century. I've been driving that car for a few days now and I can wholeheartedly say with the new air suspension that the thing rides almost as close as stock. The feeling of it, the quality of it, everything is just exactly how I wanted it. Now in this video we're going to be diving back into the Supra because I have a ton of awesome parts for it that have showed up that we need to put on there to hopefully get it to the final steps of being able to start soon. But before we dive into that, I have something that I have been waiting to do for a little bit, and it's a little bit of a surprise. Now you guys know my girlfriend Sam. I introduced her in a few videos back, and she has a pretty cool car. It's her daily. It's a Lexus CT200H, and it's really cool. But the entire time that I've known Sam, she's always been talking about wanting to start modifying that car and wanting to start building it to the way that she wants to do it. And the thing that I've heard her talk about the most is coilovers. BC coilovers, BC coilovers. She's always wanted a set for that car, and today's Valentine's Day. So I decided to surprise her with her very own set of BC coilovers for her Lexus. Now, I'm not sure how she's gonna react, but I'm going to try and sneak a GoPro into where the shop is because we're gonna do an oil change on her car. I'm gonna wheel them out. I wanna thank BC and Cody, especially from BC Racing, for allowing me to have this opportunity to be able to surprise her with coilovers. When it comes to coils, BC's the only thing that I run. They are the #1 coilover brand out there. Quality is unmatched, the reliability is amazing, and I know that they're gonna be perfect for her car. Not to mention, I got her extreme lows as well, so maybe that'll give you guys a little bit of an idea of the direction that she wants to go with the car, but it's gonna be cool.
I love how they just make this non-visible, like you can't even see if it's cool.
Yeah.
What? What is that? What is that for?
I don't know.
No, it's not. Shut up. I feel like I'm going to tell someone.
I mean, yeah, they're your BC coilovers.
Don't say that out loud.
It's lunchtime and I'm really excited because today's video sponsor is HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that I don't know why I waited so long to try because I've been trying it and it is amazing. The most recent things that I got from HelloFresh is their caramelized onion meatloaf sandwiches, poison glazed pork tenderloin, and the balsamic tomato and herb chicken, which I think I'm gonna make today. If you have a packed schedule, HelloFresh has meals covered with a weekly selection of 30+ recipes and 70+ convenience items, all delivered straight to your door. HelloFresh isn't just for dinners. You can shop the HelloFresh market for quick breakfast, wholesome snacks, and even desserts. You'll find everything to satisfy your cravings without even having to set foot in a grocery store. HelloFresh offers veggie, pescatarian, and fit or wholesome meals to make it easy to stick to your goals. And not only that, but HelloFresh will cut down on your food waste by 25% compared to grocery shopping. I've been using HelloFresh for a couple weeks now, and it's been very convenient to not have to go to the grocery store. Not only for the lack of time that I have, but also the distance away, and the fact that I can come home from work and just have my food right at my door is amazing. You can go to HelloFresh.com and use code DIVINE65 to save 65% off plus free shipping. That's just HelloFresh.com and code DIVINE65. I'd say I didn't do pretty bad. For something that you can make 30 minutes at home is really convenient. I didn't really have a huge interest in cooking, but because they send super detailed directions with every single meal that they send, it's actually been really fun to make. The chicken's delicious and fresh. The balsamic vinegar glaze is really sweet and tangy and goes with the noodles and Italian seasoning really, really well. Thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. So we're gonna start installing Sam's coilovers on her Lexus CT200H in the next video, but I had some really awesome packages show up for the Supra, and I haven't made a video on this car since the last hurricane, which was Hurricane Nicole, so that was like November. So it's been a very long time, and I need to dive back into this car because I want to get it done. I need to see this thing running. I know it's taken a long time. I apologize for the wait. Got a lot of stuff going on all the time. But let's dive back into my 95 Mk4 Supra. I just had these two packages show up, and you might be able to recognize this box. This is a Wiring Specialties full engine harness for the Supra, and they curated it specifically for my car. I'm very excited to dive in. I've actually never had anything personally from Wiring Specialties, but I know everyone that I know uses them. I've seen their stuff, I've seen their work. It's phenomenal. So I'm gonna dive into this, get this taken out, and then hopefully we can get this all installed today. All right, so in this box is the full engine harness for the Supra, curated by Wiring Specialties. So 2 sensors, absolutely everything that we will need. Okay, so everything from here back will go into the firewall from what it looks like. This is the plate that blocks everything off in the engine bay, and I would assume most of this goes to the ECU. I am not wiring savvy, so bear with me here. So everything this way back is all for the engine, all engine related. So I would really like to wire tuck everything, make sure everything is like very out of the way, can't see it at all, make sure it's all plugged in and routed the right way. So I think that's what I'm gonna spend the next hour or so doing, is getting this laid out, getting this in the engine bay, and finding where every little tiny plug goes and routing it as clean as possible. Even though it's like an OEM plus, like supposed to look factory brand new kind of engine bay, I want it to be kind of super clean too, because even though factory stuff is clean, it's not exactly routed the best way. So okay, I had shut the camera off because we ended up having to pull the harness back out and everything. Little bit of a pain in the ass to get it through the through this port on the firewall, but we ended up getting it all ran through. Sam was actually a big help and was helping me snake everything through here. So pull the carpet back. We have all our wiring right here. I already popped the stock ECU out. So all of that stuff is ran to where it needs to be. And now is the fun part of laying the wiring out everywhere where it needs to go and slowly plugging everything in, finding a good routing point for each little wire, each little plug. And it's tedious, but it's satisfying. So thankfully with Wiring Specialties, everything is labeled. You can see this is the coil pack harness. 4, 3, 2, 1. So it'll be very easy to map out where everything needs to go. And when I ordered this harness, I spec'd it out to everything that we've done to this motor and car. So hopefully every single one of these wires will have a home, and if it doesn't, then I know what I need to add to this thing. Get some B-rolls of this stuff going in, and let's see if I can make this look tucked and nice and clean. So because I eventually plan to have Jimmy come down here and tune this thing when it is finally done, I hit him up and asked him what kind of spark plugs I should run. He had said the BKR7Es would be perfect. So if you guys remember, in a few videos ago on this car, I had just popped the coil packs in for temporary. I'm gonna pop all these guys out and put the spark plugs in, and then we can start running the harness to the coil packs, injectors, everything, and it should be cool.
I reckon this thing's gonna be fast.
fucking hope so. I put a lot of money into this thing. I don't know if it got filmed. I'll say it. I pulled off one of the coil packs and one of the crush washers fell into the cylinder, and it wouldn't have done that if I didn't put spark plugs in from the very beginning. But because I'm Mike and kind of an idiot sometimes, that happened. Thankfully we had the boroscope and I could find it and get it out, so we're fine now. But you live and you learn. I was like, any day now. I would
Stop.
Crash. I would actually,
No.
I would sell this thing in a heartbeat. I'd be like, nope, I'm done.
I'll give you $5 for it right now.
Sure. Sold.
I must say, I got that over.
I know you guys are just watching me put spark plugs in a car right now, but I hope it's kind of entertaining.
Yes.
Ah,
Very
yes. The coil pack go in the
Colleen.
coil pack home.
You're such a huge help.
This
I
goes to my
honestly don't know
ass.
why we keep putting you in these videos.
We're gonna have to put you on a 3-strike program. This is strike 1. You get 2 more.
We're almost strike 15. What do you mean?
This
What do we got here, bud?
This ain't my monkey or my circus.
This is oil pressure sensor, which I haven't explained yet, but I will very soon. I have the other box that I have is the ECU for this car, so I'll go in depth about that. But oil pressure sensor, power steering solenoid, and oil level sensor. So all this stuff should go on the intake side. So I'll probably snake this around the back behind the engine, and then can run all of this. Honestly, I'm just gonna go like this.
And we're done.
And then we're gonna start finding where everything goes, where everything routes, and go from there. First plug sound. Yes.
Nice. I don't think we heard that on here, but
Interesting. I'm learning new things as I'm going here. This entire car has been a learning process for me, which is why it's taking so long to be done. But that's okay. So I was able to get all the coil packs plugged in and routed to where I can still put the cover on and everything, so that will be good. I'm just trying to, again, still map out where everything else should go the right way and stay neat and clean and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure that everything should run under the intake manifold and then kind of go out from there. So that's what I'm trying to do. We'll see if we can get all this stuff plugged in and go from there. There are a few things that I'm missing, and I think maybe I wasn't clear enough in the description, because it looks like the injector harness plugs that are on this harness are different from the injectors that I have. I don't think I have the little conversion harness for them, so I might have to order that. That's something I'll worry about down the road. For now, I will just work with what I got. So we got a couple more things plugged in, and Sam had a good idea of routing the harness under the intake and then snaking up all of the injector wires to where they're supposed to go, even though I can't plug them in right now because the connectors are different. And then we'll tape basically everything else off to the side so we know what things are, where they go, and then just work from there and find where that goes, put it in, find where that goes, put it in. So that's what we're doing right now. Basically trying to just get this whole thing organized.
oh my gosh.
Alright, so for the time being, everything with the wiring specialties harness is plugged in, and all the excess things that we don't have sensors for yet is taped up and out of the way. All that stuff is going to get on order soon. And actually, I have another box here that I want to dive in and show you guys. I think might have some additional sensors in it, but it's a big role for this car. It plays a big role, and I'm very excited to show you. Alright, so in this box is the last piece of the puzzle for all of the wiring for this car, and that would be the ECU. And as you can see, from me pulling all the stuff out of here, we are going with Link, none other than their Fury G4X. And I was recommended to this by Jimmy, obviously. Jimmy is the GOAT when it comes to Link stuff. and he is going to be the one that will be tuning this car when it is done. So he recommended this to me, and I am pumped because Link is an awesome brand. So not only does the Fury X have an onboard wideband, but they also have 4 temperature inputs, 9 analog inputs, 2 trigger inputs, and 2 knock inputs. And with the ECU, I also got the wideband sensor, 2 oil pressure sensors, map sensor, and air temp sensor. So all of these are integrated with Link's setup, and they're already integrated into the wiring specialties harness. So all the empty plugs that we haven't plugged in yet for all of these things should plug straight into all these sensors, put these on the engine, and we'll be good to go. So I'm gonna get this stuff all taken out and set up and see if we can't get this thing plugged into the car and figure out where the rest of these sensors go. I'm gonna leave Link's website in the description. Be sure to check it out if you guys are ever in need of engine management for your builds. They are the ones to go with. It's Jimmy's go-to, it's my go-to, and I'm very excited to get this in the car. So that pretty much wraps it up for Supra stuff today. I wish that I could get a little bit more done, but with the wiring harness in the stage that it's in with the injectors and stuff, I need to get new connectors here and repin them and get all of that done. But once I get all the sensors installed from Link, I can get the rest of the stuff plugged in. All that stuff will be good to go. And then we'll dive into the manual swap on this car, and I can get the rest of the sensors for the trans plugged in, all that stuff. I'm just waiting on a couple other things for the manual swap itself, and then I can get that going. It's very hard to concentrate, but all three of this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a quick one, but it was a fun one. I really am looking forward to getting this car done and ripping. So hopefully that will be in the next month or two. We'll look forward to it because I know I am, and I will see you guys in the next video.